Imagine sipping iced tea on a hot day, thinking it's a light and harmless option. But new research shows that a popular iced tea is secretly raising blood sugar spikes by 71% in adults over 60. For diabetics, this means more fatigue, more difficult glycemic control, and increased risks after meals. Doctors now warn that this drink, often marketed as refreshing, is far from safe. The surprising truth is that your everyday beverages may be working against you, not for you. Today, I'll reveal which iced teas and beverages can sabotage your blood sugar and what better choices you should make. But first, enjoy the video so more diabetic patients can watch it and be mindful of this beverage. Sometimes what feels like a harmless choice can be the very thing that makes your blood sugar harder to control. Picture yourself on a warm afternoon, reaching for a tall glass of something sweet and cold. You think, this should be fine, it's just tea. But hidden inside that glass is more sugar than most people realize, and it can hit your body harder than you expect. And here's the catch. It's peach iced tea. When you drink peach iced tea, especially the bottled kind from the store, it isn't just tea and peach flavor. Most of the time, it's packed with added sugars, syrups, and sweeteners that quickly raise your blood sugar. That sudden rise often brings headaches, tiredness, and even sharper joint pain for people already struggling with diabetes. Have you ever felt that afternoon slump after something sweet? It's often this type of drink causing it. The trouble is, many people choose peach iced tea thinking it's healthier than soda. But here's where a lot of folks go wrong without even knowing it. This tea can actually spike your sugar levels just as fast as a can of cola. That's why it leaves you feeling more thirsty instead of refreshed. If you've ever had that happen, write the word truth in the comments, because so many seniors go through the same thing. What makes it worse is how easy it is to drink too much. A single bottle might look like one serving, but it often has 2 or even 3, and each serving can have more sugar than your daily limit should allow. Imagine finishing the whole bottle during lunch. Your blood sugar won't just rise, it will shoot up. And the crash that follows is where the joint aches, low energy, and even blurry vision can set in. But this doesn't mean you can never enjoy something cold and peachy again. The trick is in how you make it at home. Instead of buying those sugar-heavy bottles, brew your own unsweetened black tea, let it cool, and then add a few slices of fresh peach. This way you get that fruity flavor without the hidden sugar traps. It may sound simple, but this small change can make a huge difference in how you feel. And here's something most people don't realize. When you brew it at home, the natural sweetness from the peach slices slowly infuses into the tea. It's gentle, it doesn't spike your sugar, and it gives your taste buds a real peach flavor instead of syrup. It's refreshing in a way the bottled drinks never are. Have you ever tried making your own version like this? Share your best tip in the comments, because your idea could help someone else. Think about the times you felt your knees or backache after a heavy meal followed by a sugary drink. Many seniors notice their joint pain gets worse after these blood sugar spikes. Replacing that bottled peach iced tea with a homemade one is not just about sugar numbers. It can also ease those everyday pains. That's the part no one talks about enough. Now, you might be thinking, but I've been drinking peach iced tea for years. That's exactly where many people fall into trouble, because the effects don't always show right away. It's the daily habit, over weeks and months, that slowly builds up. Guard this idea, because it could be the difference between steady sugar control and endless struggles. One way to make it even more enjoyable is to add a few mint leaves to your homemade peach iced tea. It not only makes the flavor fresher, but also gives a cooling effect that feels great on hot summer days. And the best part, you're still keeping it sugar-free. These little tricks are what keep you feeling in control without feeling deprived. But here's something you may not have thought about. When you make the switch, your taste buds begin to change. What once tasted normal in a sugary bottle will start to taste overwhelmingly sweet. That's your body's way of telling you it's adjusting. Stay patient with it, because the reward is feeling lighter and more balanced. Have you ever had a time when you thought you were making a healthy choice, only to find out later it was hurting you instead? Write that experience in the comments. Not only does it let you share your story, but it could also be the message someone else needs to hear today. Around here, your words matter. It's also worth pointing out that many bottled peach iced teas have caffeine, which can add to dehydration. That's why some people feel more tired after drinking them. When you brew it at home, you control not only the sugar but also the strength of the tea. Less caffeine, less crash. more balance, more comfort. And if you really want to make it special, you can freeze small peach slices into ice cubes and drop them into your tea. They'll keep your drink cold while adding a soft, natural flavor as they melt. Simple, fun, and diabetes-friendly. Little changes like this can give you the same joy without the harmful effects. So while peach iced tea may look like a safe choice, the truth is it's one of those sneaky drinks that can cause real trouble for your blood sugar. But now you know there's a way to keep enjoying the taste without the risk. At the end of the day, it's not about giving up what you love, but about making it work for you. Peach iced tea doesn't have to be the enemy. When made right, it can be a refreshing friend to your health, not a hidden threat in your glass. Did you know that many dishes that seem healthy for diabetics can actually be dangerous? Discover the recipes that really work. Stop feeling limited or insecure in the kitchen. My book brings together delicious and easy recipes, specially created to keep your blood sugar under control and add more flavor to your life. I've already helped thousands of diabetics eat better, feel happier, and achieve a lighter life with my book. Every recipe has been tested and approved by those who understand the needs of people living with diabetes. Click the link in the first comment of this video now and get immediate access to the book that will transform your meals today. There are certain drinks that feel refreshing the moment they touch your lips, but what they do inside your body is a different story. Imagine sitting down with a cold glass filled with ice, and that tangy flavor hits just right. It feels like a smart choice, lighter than soda, and something you don't have to worry about. But here's the surprising truth. Lemon iced tea, the kind sold in bottles or powdered mixes, can be one of the worst for your blood sugar. What makes it so tricky is the word tea. People think tea is healthy, so they assume lemon iced tea must be a safer option. But the problem is, what's mixed in? Store-bought lemon iced tea usually has more sugar than a cookie or a slice of cake. That sugar doesn't just sit quietly. It rushes into your bloodstream, causing fast spikes that leave you drained, achy, and sometimes even shaky. Have you ever felt that sudden wave of fatigue after a drink you thought was fine? That's exactly it. And it's not only about energy crashes. For seniors, these spikes can trigger sharper knee and hip pains, make walking around the house more tiring, and even bring back that foggy feeling in your head. Prestez attention, because this is where so many people get fooled. They drink lemon iced tea for the taste, but they end up paying for it with hours of discomfort. The strange thing is how sneaky it is. You finish one glass, then another, because it doesn't feel heavy like soda. But the sugar piles up quickly. A single tall glass can carry more grams of sugar than you'd believe, and once your sugar jumps, your body has to fight hard to bring it down. That's when the tiredness, the joint stiffness, and even swollen ankles can set in. If you've been through this, type the word caution in the comments, so we know we're not alone. But this still isn't the worst part. The artificial lemon flavor used in many brands often hides even more chemicals that make it addictive. It's designed to keep you wanting another sip. And here's where many people don't realize the danger. It's not just about sugar numbers, it's about building habits that are hard to break. Have you ever noticed how one glass never feels like enough? That's no accident. Here's a thought that could change things. What if instead of reaching for bottled lemon iced tea, you made your own at home? Brew plain black tea, let it cool, and squeeze in some fresh lemon juice. You'll be surprised how refreshing it is without the sugar. It may not taste exactly the same at first, but give it time. Your taste buds adjust, and soon you'll see the bottled version as overwhelmingly sweet. That's when you know your body is healing. Think about the difference this small change could make in your daily life. Instead of waking up with aching hands or feet the morning after too much sugar, you could feel lighter, steadier, and ready to move. Doesn't that sound worth it? And I want to hear from you. What was your worst experience after drinking something you thought was safe for diabetes? Write it in the comments, because your story could save someone else from making the same mistake. And there's another piece of this puzzle. Many bottled lemon iced teas come with caffeine, which makes you feel like you have more energy at first. But when the sugar crash and caffeine crash come together, the result is even worse. That's why so many seniors feel shaky or restless after drinking it. You might think it's just age, but really, it's the drink. That's something doctors don't always explain clearly. But here's the good news. When you make lemon iced tea yourself, you can control every part of it. Want it less strong? Use fewer tea bags. Want a little more flavor? Add a thin slice of real lemon peel. Want to keep it exciting? Drop in a sprig of fresh mint. Suddenly, The drink that used to harm you becomes something that helps you. Simple but powerful. Now let's talk about pain. Blood sugar spikes don't just make you tired, they make inflammation worse. That's why your knees, your back, or even your hands can ache more after sweet drinks. Imagine sitting down to a puzzle or trying to take a walk, only to be slowed down by nagging pain. And yet, by cutting out bottled lemon-iced tea, many people find that those aches ease up. Small choice, big result. But here's the twist most people don't know. Lemon by itself can actually help with digestion and hydration. The problem is never the lemon, it's the sugar and chemicals mixed with it. That means you don't have to give up that fresh, tangy taste. You just have to take back control of how you get it. Doesn't that sound more hopeful than simply saying, don't drink it? And it gets even better. Some seniors I've talked to replace sugar with a few drops of stevia or monk fruit sweetener when making lemon-iced tea at home. The result is a drink that feels familiar, refreshing, but without the sugar trap. It's like having the best of both worlds, taste and safety. If you've ever tried this, let us know your recipe in the comments. Your little trick could help someone today. Think of it this way. Every time you swap bottled lemon-iced tea for a homemade one, you're giving your body a break from the constant sugar battles. Your blood sugar stays steadier, your energy lasts longer, and your joints don't scream at you the next day. These are the kinds of wins that add up over time. Don't overlook them because they matter more than you realize. But let me ask you something. Have you ever felt embarrassed or frustrated after realizing a drink you loved was hurting your health? Share that moment with us. This is a safe place where people understand, and your story can remind someone else they're not fighting alone. Sometimes even one sentence from you can make a big difference for someone else watching. And here's another idea. If plain lemon iced tea feels too simple, try adding a few crushed berries into the glass. They'll release natural flavor and color without spiking your sugar. It makes the drink look beautiful and taste refreshing, all while staying diabetes-friendly. These are the kinds of tricks that make it easier to stay consistent. And consistency is everything. But don't forget, even when you make it at home, the portion matters. Pour yourself a reasonable glass, not a giant jug. Too much of anything at once can make your sugar bounce. Balance is the key. Keep that in mind, because it's often the small details that make the biggest difference. Think about family gatherings, barbecues, or church picnics, where pitchers of lemon-iced tea are on the table. That's usually the store-bought kind, loaded with sugar. Bring your own version in a pitcher with fresh lemon slices floating inside. People will compliment you on how good it looks and tastes, and you'll know it's also keeping you safe. But here's the part hardly anyone mentions. The habit of drinking sweet lemon-iced tea every day isn't just about sugar. It's also about the stress it puts on your body, which over time can make you feel older than your years. By choosing the homemade version, you're choosing energy, comfort, and a better tomorrow. Doesn't that sound like the smarter path? And before we go further, let me ask, what's the one drink you've given up that made the biggest difference in your life? Write it in the comments, because that advice could be exactly what someone else needs to hear. We're all learning from each other here. Another trick that works well is adding sparkling water to your homemade lemon tea. It gives you the feeling of a fizzy soda without the sugar overload. Light, refreshing, and safe for your blood sugar. If you're someone who misses the kick of carbonated drinks, this could be the perfect swap. But be careful, because this is where most people slip. They think, oh, just one glass won't hurt. But one glass turns into 3 and soon the sugar adds up fast. It's the daily choices that build your future health. Keep this in your mind, because it could be the difference between feeling weighed down or feeling free. And don't underestimate the emotional side. Drinks like lemon-iced tea are tied to memories, picnics, hot summers, family barbecues. That's why they're so hard to give up. But remember, you're not giving up the memory. You're simply changing the recipe to protect yourself. That's a powerful way to stay connected to the past without hurting your present. Sometimes the hardest part isn't knowing what to do, it's staying motivated. So let me remind you, every healthy choice you make is a gift to your future self. Cutting out bottled lemon-iced tea might feel small, but over time it protects your eyes, your joints, and even your energy. And isn't that what really matters most? Have you ever noticed that the more sugar you drink, the more sugar you crave? That's not just in your head. These drinks are made to hook you. By making your own version, you break that cycle. And once you break it, you'll see how much lighter and calmer your days can feel. That's the victory no one can take away from you. If you've ever had a hard time stopping after one glass of sweet tea, Type the word honest in the comments. Let's be real with each other because honesty is what helps us grow. You might be surprised how many people nod their heads reading your words, thinking, "That's me too." Another little tip: add a thin slice of cucumber to your homemade lemon iced tea. It may sound unusual, but it makes the drink even more refreshing, especially on hot afternoons. And the best part: no sugar spike, no crash, no regrets. Small touches like this can make you feel like you're enjoying something special every single day. Remember, the goal isn't perfection. The goal is progress. If you can swap bottled lemon iced tea for the homemade kind even a few times a week, you'll already notice changes. Less bloating, fewer aches, steadier sugar. And once you see those results, you'll naturally want to keep going. That's how new habits are built. Let me ask you again. What's the one pain or symptom that bothers you most when your sugar goes high? Share it below. Someone reading might see their own struggle in your words and feel less alone. This community grows stronger when we open up. The truth is, lemon iced tea isn't evil by itself. It's the sugar and chemicals that turn it into a problem. Take back control, and suddenly it goes from being a hidden danger to a safe, refreshing drink. That's the power of knowing better and choosing better. And here's one last idea. Freeze lemon juice in ice cube trays and drop a cube into your tea whenever you want flavor. It slowly melts, giving you a burst of lemon taste without needing sugar. It's simple, it's fun, and it's something you can do right now. So don't let bottled lemon iced tea steal your comfort, your energy, or your peace. With a few simple swaps, you can still enjoy the taste you love while keeping your body safe. At the end of the day, it's not about losing a drink. It's about gaining back your health, your freedom, and your confidence. Lemon iced tea doesn't have to be a trap. When you make it your way, it can be a tool for better days ahead. Before you go, let me leave you with something important. What we just talked about is only one piece of the puzzle. The truth is, the way you eat every single day can either help your blood sugar stay steady or push it out of control. And many people don't even realize they're making mistakes at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm leaving a video right here on the screen that reveals how to eat smarter with diabetes. But this isn't just another list of foods. Inside, you'll discover the small details that most people miss, the ones that can change how your body reacts to every meal. If you've ever wondered why your sugar spikes even after eating something healthy, you need to see this. It explains the hidden traps that make so many people struggle and the better choices that give you more energy, less pain, and steadier sugar throughout the day. And here's the thing. If you don't click it now, you might keep repeating the same habits that hold you back. Don't let that happen. Give yourself the chance to feel better, to take control, and to enjoy your food without fear. Click the video on your screen right now and you'll see exactly what I mean. It could be the most valuable few minutes you spend today for your health. See you there.